राणा, तेरा रेड सिग्नल तेरा सामने खड़ा है।
तू इधर क्या कर रहा है नागा?
क्यों? बाप को देखकर डर रहा है?
बाप? तू बाप नहीं है, सांप है।
बाप से बात करने की तमीज सीख ले। तू क्या कर रहे?
All right, gentlemen. Hello. Please.
Like from the time I kind of made it in my career that I knew I'll do this at some point in my life, and I just wanted it to not be cliche, to be cool, to be something that we can consistently revisit those characters over and over again. And I couldn't have asked for anything better than Rana Naidu, and with these fine filmmakers, Karan and Supan, and Netflix, so I'm very, very happy to.
Naga, the character, I mean, this guy is the most unpredictable guy. I mean, I've done many characters, but this character has been really special. It's a very different character, very unusual character, and it's got so many shades of emotions. I mean, there's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad in this guy. He's quite a fun guy, but you're going to hate him at times, you're going to love him at times. That's the best part. And but the thing is, he's wherever he goes, there's a lot of bad things happening, right? That's the whole problem with this guy. He's in a real mess always. He wants to get close to his family, but it doesn't really happen. I mean, my kids, these guys, they really hate me. I don't know why. I just want to get close to them, but these guys just, no. They're too stiff, these guys. You know? Yeah, and I'm trying to make it easy, but it's not happening. But he's a little scary also, this guy. I mean, that's the best part. And I've never done anything like this. And I've enjoyed working. I mean, I got to do so many, explore my emotions in such a different way. I got to do so many new expressions, and I'm really happy. And I have to be thankful to Karan and Supan. They really encouraged me right from day one. They were more confident that I could deliver, and even Netflix, the team of Netflix, they were very keen on having me on board this wonderful series, Rana Naidu. Thank you, all of you. So I think I've tried my best, and let's see. I hope you guys like the trailer. I mean, thank you so much. It was really wonderful, and I got to work with my nephew Rana, and he's done a wonderful job. I mean, but the thing, like Rana was saying, it was not the usual kind of family drama. So, I mean, not the, I mean, being soft with him and singing a song, I mean, that's what they expect in regular films, me and my nephew coming together. But this was really hard-hitting with some hard-hitting dialogues. Well, you've seen some of them. This poor guy, he keeps getting... but it was really nice, and I'm really glad I got to do this. And there's a lot of work in this, yeah. No, the beauty of this Naga Naidu is it came out so well, I mean, so natural. And I was surprised with myself that I could express those expressions. And like I said, Karan and Supan were there always to encourage me. And there was some magic happening out there I could see on the sets. And I just loved it. Yeah.
I think first and foremost, I want to just thank everyone for being here and cheering this absolute cracker of a masala entertainer on Netflix. And also, I want to give a big shout out to Sundar Aaron, our producer. And yes, when he brought the story to us and, the conversations from there on, and then Karan and Suparn, so huge shout out to the three of them for making this possible. And I think the most rewarding part, I would say, was the whole journey of making. The team at Netflix, everyone in my team, Tanya, Karishma, Vishaka, everyone who's been a part of the journey from the beginning, and really getting Rana and Venki together for the show. If I just have to say one thing, the show wouldn't be what it is, and I think Sundar can add, and Karan and Suparan to this. The show wouldn't be what it is, but for these two gentlemen, the entire cast. I think the way they have really performed on screen and how they've just, there is what you write on paper, and then there is the magic that you see on screen. And I think Rana Naidu just packs in every bit of entertainment and plot twists and thrilling. And guys, let me just say this, please do not expect Netflix to always do heavy shows. This is an absolute mass entertainer, and that's how we've designed it. We love it, and I think everyone's going to really sort of wonder what the next thing that Rana does or Venki does is, and that's the fun of the show.
Everybody for coming out and supporting the show. Working with these two powerhouse superstars was, I wish I could say it was hard. It was easy. They're absolute professionals, to be honest with you, and that spread throughout the whole show. The amount of wonderful performances that you're going to see in this show will blow you away, the depth. Of course, led by Rana and Venki, I couldn't have asked for two more wonderful collaborators, and of course Suparn and Karan, who really led us all the way through. It was amazing.
We are the fixers on set, but as far as the mood is concerned on set, we have a very interesting playlist which plays on my Spotify playlist. And let it be known, Netflix does some adult content, so does our music playlist.
I think that's what made it very, very special. Every time, every day I walked onto that set to bring in that strength, that power to Naina's part in every possible scene. And of course, it was great working with Rana. I think, huh?
Monica, if you'll give him the mic.
Yeah, you
He
did.
has something
you
to
did.
add.
You did. You did.
Sir, I just
you
paid
did.
her to say that.
I don't know, my heart tells me to like be by the side of the father, but then he always makes the son do the wrong stuff, which is like great because that's the kind of father you need to. But then
That's the kind of father you want, but that's
yeah,
not the kind of father you need.
Sorry, Baba. I mean, he was very righteous. But but I think Rana, the character, the elder brother, is quite cool. So I think any Jaffa or any younger brothers, they would want to, probably grow up to be Rana. So yeah, I mean, it's like both ways. Diplomatic answer, huh?
Your life is sorted, basically.
Yeah. Thank God I had brothers. I'm basically a single child, but in the show I had like two strong brothers. So दिल्ली में कहते हैं कि back है मेरी, तो मुझे वो वाली feel आई ये show करके कि मेरी back है. They'll sort it out.
I play a character called Prince Reddy. Prince Reddy has a long journey in the show. He starts off about 10 years ago when he's an upcoming superstar down south, and then comes down to Mumbai, becomes a much bigger star. And he brings along Rana with him from Hyderabad. So they share a journey, and they share a bond, and they also share a past that they would like to forget. But of course, there is Nagasa there to make sure that no one ever forgets. And he's that flashback you don't want to have, but he keeps coming back, that nightmare. But yeah, I mean, very, very layered and very, very complicated and so much fun to play. Completely out of my comfort zone. So I'm very, very happy that I've done this. I hope that I don't regret doing this, but I don't think I will.
Well,
With
this is
Rana.
the first time I'm actually working with Rana. The last one was a Telugu social. It was a show we did.
Oh
but we
yeah,
didn't,
I played a cameo in that.
yeah,
This
but
is, yeah, so we
I
got
didn't
we
shoot
got
it.
the info right, I'm guessing, yeah. Yeah,
no,
talk to
yeah,
us
we
about
were
the
in the
experience.
same show, but him and I didn't have any scenes together, so it's pretty different. So this time we share a very interesting relationship, Rana and Mandira, the character I'm playing. So it's very different because I actually got to work with him, share screen space, and do scenes with him. So the first one, he was just there for like I think, like he
I
was
shot
just-
for 3 hours.
Yeah, literally. He was just it was a special appearance. So yeah, but I'm pretty excited to see how it's all turned out.
Well, as all of these guys have already said, and especially Monica, in terms of how it's a big fun action masala entertainer, so to speak, and I'm really, really thrilled to have this cast, and that's really what I feel is what everyone's going to be looking at, and that is, the absolute top-notch performances that we have from each of these guys and all the others. There's lots of twists and turns, and the story is pretty layered. It's pretty breakneck, and there's lots of surprises at every turn. And I think the one real surprise element is Venki Mama, who's really going to surprise a lot of people going forward.
I think the biggest thing that people will see in this show, especially, is I think each and every actor in this show has stepped out of their comfort zone. I don't think you will see anyone or every single actor on stage has ever played a role like this, ever. I think at times they questioned themselves and their sanity, including us, as to what we were doing, but they trusted us with the process of going through with it, and the results are out there to see. It's really been a leap of faith for every single actor.
No, the way Gaurav said it, that he doesn't hope he regret. That's a very loaded line there, because he, for example, has gone out of his skin. It's such a all sorts
Out of the box.
Yeah, out of the box. All sorts of strange terms are coming to my head right now, which I can't probably say publicly. But he's really stepped up, for example, and as have all these guys. Like every single person, like especially for Venki sir, it's just like a huge moment, I think, and I'm so privileged to have been the one, just at the right place at the right time to be there to witness that and help it along the way.
I really enjoyed. I worked with Venkatesh Garu in Telugu, and years later I got this opportunity to work with him. I must share something very interesting about him. Apart from him being an actor, I know how difficult it was for him to speak a few words. And it was an extraordinary experience for me chatting with him before and after, and I got to meet Rana for the very first time, and I really want to thank my dear producer for having been somebody who's been impeccable in making sure that this show has been, you've been our person because we know you through him, because the way he took care of us. And I must thank this extraordinary duos who made sure that they were pushing all of us, including playing some interesting music. But we will leave it at that for now. Thank you so much. Well, to be very honest, 99% of my 240 films have been grey. So yes, lately over the last 30 years, I have been doing a few grey ones. I think I've just matched my color of hair this time, at least off screen. Having said so, the roles have actually, rather than becoming white and black, they are now actually grey. So I have really enjoyed this role because it's not just black, it's grey, and it's comical. So I really have to thank the writers how they have allowed me to perform that way. So I really enjoyed Surya. Thank you for the question.
I think where South stories are concerned, I mean, stories are just stories, and it's so wonderful to see that within India, stories are traveling in different languages, just like we have stories traveling from the world to India and Indian stories going out. I think it's so lovely to see Telugu stories working for Hindi audiences, Tamil stories, and Hindi stories also beginning to work in South. So I think that's something wonderful. And when we were casting for the show, I think the one thing that we were really, all of us, between Sundar, Karan, Supar, and me, and the whole team, what we were excited about is that this gave us a phenomenal crossover opportunity. The very first, and it is the very first pan-India show that any streaming service is doing, and to actually manage to get a coup with Venki and Rana as uncle and nephew to actually come and do this was something which was an epic sort of casting. In terms of shows, if I have to say, I mean, we've had a terrific last year with all the titles that we did, Khaki, Darlings, Monica, Oh My Darling, and so many, titles that we've had, Jamtara, Mismatched. But even the way we've started the year, I should say that we've had an absolutely phenomenal show in, a story in Trial by Fire, which has resonated with so many people and has brought some sense of justice to the victims' families. Then we had Mission Majnu, which did so well. It was a blockbuster hit on Netflix. We've had Class, which is a YA drama. We are so excited about Rana Naidu. We had The Romantics roll out yesterday, which is a nostalgic, journey for all Bollywood cinema fans. And we have so many coming, I mean, the whole year's full of Guns and Gulab, Scoop, Archie's, Chakda Express. So we are very excited for the year. But this is a Rana Naidu evening, and I am so rooting for this show. I'm just waiting for it to come on the service and binge it again.
First, the fact that somebody I love the most in my life I have to hate in this show, and that's my uncle. It was very hard to use foul language because it was stressing him, it was stressing me too. It was fine as long as we were using it in Hindi. The minute it sounded in Telugu, it was just too much. But so yeah, those were the difficult parts. But I think in terms of the way the characters were written and the detail that Karan and Supan brought us in right from the readings, I think that we were pretty much on cue being able to do what we did. And unlike films, these are much longer where you're engaged with the character for a longer period of time. So it was a far more fulfilling experience for me to work with my uncle here this time than it would be ever in a film.
Trailer dekha sab, right? And if you go flashback 30 years back, I mean, the last time all of you have seen me in a Hindi film or something, I mean, फूलों सा चेहरा तेरा कलियों से मुस्कान है रंग तेरा देख के रूप तेरा देख के. I mean, it's been 30 long years, and then there's another film, Himacream, right? I mean, after that, I'm coming and doing this. I mean, this is some kind of a jump for me. I mean, it was really crazy. It was wild, and I'm so glad I got into this wonderful series. And Sundar, I didn't thank you. I mean, thank you so much for getting this, and Monica. So it's been a huge challenge for me, and the image of whatever I'm supposed to be having over the years, a family hero and a soft-spoken guy. I mean, I've done soft roles, a lot of comedy films, but this has been something amazing. I got to do something really different, and like I said earlier, with the support of all the super cast, talented actors and my directors.
Well, obviously, he made it extremely easy for me to get into anything that we did. But I think the first day, was it you? No, yeah, Supan. I was shooting with you. And Supan has you or you? Which one? I can't remember. Now, there's a way both these directors have us set in a certain mood. They make sure that the set vibes are similar to what we're reflecting on the scene. So I think that kind of takes away most things. But the worry started after I finished the takes. It's what the rest of the people are going to think once I say this to my uncle. And the worry started getting worse when I started dubbing it in Telugu.
So बोलने को बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा है ना वो dialogue. क्या बात है? अरे कुछ नहीं, take it light, yeah. It's just the character. Naga is like that. I mean, this guy is crazy. I mean, that's the way he feels. That's the way he's going to talk. So that's the way you're going to enjoy this character. But to be honest, well, the preparation, since it was a very different character, I took it up as a challenge, and like I'm telling you the same thing again and again. The team was more confident, and they showed me the way, and I was there always listening to my directors, and I think the best came out, yeah. with the help of all these great actors. Yeah.
So first, like most of my life has been an experimental life, everything that I do, and me kadba
Yeah.
But in this, I think my brain was a 3-hour brain that I could understand stories only for 3 hours long. And the minute I got into a series, it was completely a different understanding of how you need to, your approach with character. What was extremely difficult, it's usually each film, each character, there's one director that comes and talks to you. Now you have two directors who are extremely opposite to one another.
Yeah, you bet they are opposite.
అంటే మీకు ఎంత డిఫరెన్స్ అంటే పూరి జగన్నాథ్కి రాజమౌళికి ఉన్నంత డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంటుందండి వీళ్ళిద్దరు. So every day going and taking instructions from one of these two was, I think, the first set of the most challenging thing. But after that, things were smooth and fun.
When I saw the show for the first time, I just felt it was completely misplaced in LA, where it is set. And it lends itself so much better to the Indian milieu and the complexities that come with the Indian family dynamic, where you're constantly supposed to respect, you know, everyone around you. But beneath that veneer is a completely different, you know, all the angst that everyone has against each other that never really comes out, which doesn't happen in the West, right? So just that little tweak itself was, you know, so much more interesting to explore in the writing of you know, while we are adapting it. And secondly, you know, again, LA, it's also a show about extremes and, you know, the situations that Rana Naidu gets into. They're very, like, it goes from, you know, the upper echelons of power to, you know, the slums of Bombay. And that kind of extremities you will not find in LA in the way you can find in India and, you know, between Hyderabad and Bombay. So that's pretty much, it just is it was begging to be sort of owned by us in a way.
You know, you try and do the best of what you get. When this was offered to me, it sounded like something very different from what I've done so far. And then I met Supern and Karan, and they blackmailed me into doing it. And then Supern blackmailed me into doing further stuff on the set. So yeah, no, this has been a complete fun ride. Like I said, out of my comfort zone, something that I've never done before, and I'm very, very glad. I shall quickly take this opportunity to thank Karan and Suparn and Netflix and Sundar for giving me this experimental opportunity. Thank you again.
I think this has to be by far the most difficult character I have attempted. I think it was way out of my comfort zone because I've been doing all UPites and North Indian characters. You know, हर जगह मुझे लोग, I think they thought that I'm from Kanpur, Allahabad. So, you know, it was, I was looking for something which challenges me more as an actor, and I feel that whenever you have to get to some kind of diction or like an accent which is not very familiar to you, so I think you start thinking about it more. So to do that, that was the most challenging part for me. Plus, you will see once you see the show that how messed up my character is. So, you know, to just mess up my mind for a character again, and thanks to Karan and Supan, I think they both have a very dark mind. So as he just said that, you know, they went way beyond what is in the original, and that's exactly what's happened on set. So yeah, it was a trauma which I've come out of from.